we should be back now for part 2. We'll just say this is part 2. I am so sorry that my internet just died, just decided not to work. But we're back. um, Anyways, I guess I'll just continue working on the little sushi rolls like as planned. I hope everyone can hear me okay. It looks like it's okay on my end. And there's still ads. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with that. I'm very curious. But at least now you can see me. I am back now. What, Hey, welcome back, Lynn. So sorry about that. So sorry about all of that. That was I hate when that happens because it seems like when my internet dies, it tells you guys and it doesn't let me know right away. So I have no idea how much you all missed because it looked like it was like fine, fine, fine until I started getting like messages on Discord and I was like, wait, what? And then I noticed, oh, wait. Um, Something happened and then it notified me. So there was like a bit, it's weird. Um, but I'm glad that you're back now. So sorry about that. Yeah, and thank you everyone for being so patient and just thank you for being patient and waiting here and thank you. Yay, Nacho's here. Hi Nacho. Welcome back to I'm back. I'm just I didn't need all these technical difficulties today. I just wanted an easy day to paint. But the universe was like, no. So we're back. Part 2 of this painting. Hey! It's Evo. It's Evo Leia. Welcome. Yes, exactly. Hello there. Exactly. All right, so now that this roll's done, before this stream decided to disappear, I was going to work on this one and mix the colors for it. So I'm gonna put this aside. Then here. Really? Wow. Wow, Nacho. So wait, so there was no deliveries at all? And all of a sudden, oh my gosh, suddenly 7 people ordered? That's a lot. Well, good luck with your deliveries. Hope all goes good. Hopefully those people tip nice. Put good energy out to Nacho, that everything goes good. Yep, so I'm just, for this next roll, it looks like it's kind of like another spicy scallop. I'm just mixing some orange and yellow, and then I'll even go in with a darker, make a darker orange with the burnt sienna. And you probably don't notice my lovely band-aids on my finger. I am so sorry. Not very pretty. My cat scratched me on the inside of my finger, so that was not very ladylike of her. Miss Clove, the playful kitten. All right, one more. Just now the darkest part of the orange now. Which is basically the same with the orange, yellow, and white, but I'm gonna just mix in some burnt sienna. All right, and then grabbing my thin brush. Whoop! Almost dropped my palette. That would have been bad. I like this shirt too much. I don't want to get paint on it. Right. So what I'm gonna do, actually, I'm gonna put the. Sorry, it's gonna be upside down to all of you, but I will just. So first, I go in with my like lightest yellow, and I'm doing the highlights. Alrighty, Nacho. See you later. Bye. And thank you for stopping by the stream today. Thank you. I know you're right when Clove is a little gremlin. She's an adorable little gremlin. I love that cat though. She's so cute, even though she scratches. She's just playful. She just wants to play. There we go. I know. I agree with you, Win. I love Clove too. She's so sweet. All right, now I'm going with my medium orange. And I'm just color blocking at the moment. And I'll go back in and I'll blend later. Oh my gosh. Okay. When I am very curious to see what meme you have created. I want to see this. I'm curious. Hold on, I got a text. I'll answer that later. There we go, and then I'm gonna go back and I'll blend. Exactly, Eva Leia. Yes. No, exactly. I know. And sometimes, like, when big dogs are jumping towards you, it can be a little intimidating. Be like, I don't know. You're a big dog. Are you friendly? All right, and then I'm gonna take my more medium, darker medium orange, and then color block all around my lighter oranges. I'm gonna leave little gaps where I'm gonna put shadow. There we go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. Like I know some I agree with you, Evile. Yeah, like golden shepherd, like golden retriever. I just mixed the two in my head for some. I'm like thinking of this and thinking of your comment, and I almost called it a golden shepherd. Could you imagine a golden retriever mixed with a with a German shepherd? My gosh, that dog would be floppy. But in you, yeah, like big dogs, especially German shepherds, they're huge. But also, I'm tiny, so maybe I feel like those dogs are really big because I'm just small. Oh my gosh. Yeah, or a St. Bernard Bigs, that's still big too. Okay, Win. I'll have to look at the meme that you sent me. I'll look after the stream. That's true. Yeah. Poodles can get big, but oh my gosh. And they're so fluffy. Poodles seems like naturally sassy to me for some reason. I don't know why. They just look like they have that natural personality to show sass. And as I blend this, I will bring it a little bit more forward. These spicy scallops. And just like the ones that I did here and here, in the reference photo, they have like green onions. So I'm planning on putting those on there when it dries. And I'm just blending on my edges, making things more like soft. And I'm just taking my brush and going along the edges and blending, and then putting it on my napkin and just cleaning it off so I don't get too muddy with the paint. Hey, welcome back, Link. I know, I'm sorry, my internet just was like, nope. That is true, Evolea. That is true. There's lots of nice doggies out there. I love dogs. I love cats. I love all animals. I do. All animals are just I love animals. I think they're good company, good companions. All right. Here we go. And now, again, like always, for the rice. Yeah, yep. I know you're talking about Evalea. Um, yeah, I personally get very nervous when some people let their dogs off leashes, because you never know how they're gonna act. Gotta be cautious. Some dogs are really good, and I think that's fine, but gotta be careful. See, here, like, I live in the desert, so we have to watch out not only for that, but we have to watch out more so for like wild animals. Like, we get bobcats and javelina, and every once in a while, a mountain lion. Not often, they're pretty rare, but they do exist. We get lots of snakes, so we gotta be careful. It's funny, it's like more my concerns about the wild animals, which I think are cool, but they should go. I'm always like, go live your life out in the desert. I'll mind my own business if you mind your own business. Yeah, unfortunately, it does get really hot for in the summertime here. The other seasons, it's really nice though. Like the winters and spring here is really nice. But summer, too hot. Kind of become locked inside. All right, now that I did the highlights for the rice, I'm gonna go back in with the gray and add in the shadows. And there we go. Yay! Another little sushi roll down. Look at that. Oh, I didn't know that, Evolea. I've never like looked at the food chain in that way before. Huh, that's interesting. Mm. Yeah. I understand when I haven't been able to technically I could work at night and do my home smithing and that kind of stuff, but nah. I'm up during the day. I'm doing stuff during the day, so I need sleep. Even though that's hard, sometimes I'll still stay up late working. I know, I'm guilty of that too. I have both tea and coffee with me. What I just took a sip of was tea. All right, so now moving on to, oh my gosh, it's the last roll right here, which looks like a piece of salmon. It's kind of like a salmon shaped in a roll in a rose. So I'm gonna move it back like this. Where's a good place for it? There we go. There. And I'm going to go in again with my light orange, do all the highlights. Now, salmon has that really nice white, like marbling. I'm actually going to do those white marbles in the third layer. So I'm just going to get richer colors down and all that. And then I will go back in with the with the yellow that I can't even say the right colors, the white streaks or the white marbling. See, sometimes it's all about like the layers, and there's a lot of that. And also too, like with oil painting, there's a lot of like thought and mindfulness of steps and which steps need to be taken. Yeah, so sometimes I do stay up late. Lately I haven't been. I've been just so tired at night. But a lot of times I do stay up really late and I continue to work because like I have goals I want to meet. I have like things I want to get done. So, yeah. I mean, it happens from time to time. You know, I see what you're saying, Evo Leia. I see, yep. See, at night here, we don't really have cats screaming. We'll get coyote howls. That's what we'll hear at night. Um, and that can be a little haunting for sure. Coyote howl, it's quite unique sounding. I know, right? Imagine having goals. Exactly. Hey, I have a goal in mind. What do I want to do? Yep, and then I'm good just going in with my bright orange, and I am painting in this salmon. I'm gonna kind of go in with some of the pinky oranges too for some of the darker tones. Kind of it so orange. I find this actually with all warm colors, orange, yellow, red, that they're kind of hard to work with in the sense that there isn't a lot of value gradients. So it's really easy to get anything like orange or yellow or even red to look dimensional. You kind of have to rely on all those colors to help you so it doesn't look flat. So like here, like this is kind of like a pinky orange, but I have to use yellow. I'm probably gonna have to use a bit of red just to make this orange look non-flat. It's just funny how colors work, how painting works. I swear, as an artist, I look at color so differently than probably the average person. Because someone might see something and go, oh, that's orange. But then I'm like, well, technically, actually. There's a lot of colors in that orange to make it look orange. Oh, wow, Win. Hey, Win, make sure you get some sleep, though, and get some sleep balance. Don't wear yourself out. Aw, Leia, I like ducks. Ducks are sweet. Aw. And their little quacks. That sounds so cute. I know ducks can be sassy too, though. But from a distance, they're very sweet. And very pretty. And just so elegant how they bob on the water. Oh, really, Win? I didn't know that. A wild cat. That's like, I'm here. Feed me. You know, Evole, I think you have a point with the cats and the ghosts. It's possible people just think it's a ghost and it's really just a cat. Um, I think yeah, that could be possible. I could see that happening. Someone thinks their house is haunted and it's really just the cat, like walking up and down the stairs or something, scratching at their window. Let me in. Yeah, no, I 100% see that. Even though I still believe in ghosts, and I still believe in like there's some houses out there that are haunted for sure. Oh, really, Win? So you've kind of become familiar with the neighborhood cats. That's so funny. No, I haven't heard of that Evolea. I don't even know. Is that like a scary ghost story? I don't know. There's so many ghost stories out there. That's funny, Win. So as you can see, I'm kind of adding in this like pinky red color. It's actually the same color that I was using for the medium for this one. And I am adding it into all the shadows and blending it into the orange. No, I've never heard of that, Evolea. Huh? I've never heard of that. I That sounds freaky. That sounds like a big bird too. Yeah, we get like here we get some big um like we'll get hawks and like turkey vultures, which can be pretty big. But other than that, um that's like pretty much our biggest birds. Well, we get roadrunners. They aren't that big, but they're pretty big bird. We get a lot of quail. I like quail. They're really cute. They're like they're so tiny. They're like this big. They like could sit in like both your hands, and they don't actually do that. I imagine it though, because their feathers look soft. But they're so cute, and they kind of just like the little quails kind of like bobble around, and they make little beeps. I like their beeps. Especially, oh my gosh, they're really cute in the springtime when all the baby quail are hatching. You can see them walking around, and the baby quail are so small. It's just cute. I like quail. I did a painting once of some quail. I did a porcelain vase. It was a commission for a friend. She wanted me to do a family of quail. And that was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that. So I feel like this salmon got accidentally a little too red. It almost looks like a piece of candy, not a piece of fish. I might go back in with the third layer and add in more red. We shall see. We'll just see where it goes. Even the highlights are getting a little muddy. I'm gonna try blending one more thing, and then I think I'll just let that roll rest because I don't want to overwork it. I'm gonna try to save the shapes of the highlights at least a tad. I don't want to lose my shapes. There we go. And I'll go back in with some orange. Maybe lighter orange, maybe more like these colors. But I have to wait for it to dry. No worries. That would be horrifying, Evalea. That would be very scary. Nope. I think I'd just go back inside at that point. I think I'd just be like, you know what? Today I'm gonna just sleep in. It's okay. I'm just gonna. Day sounds like a good day to sleep in. Hey, I don't blame you, Win, especially that you've been staying up past midnight working on glasswork. I do not blame you. Yep, and just working on the rice, and I still have actually have quite a bit time left. I feel like I'm moving pretty quickly with this one. Like looking at the time and looking at how much I've been doing, I'm like, oh, all right, we're doing good on time. Making pretty good time. All right, so I added the highlights for the rice. And now I'm going in with my darker shades. There we go. All right. I know it still looks like, you know what it looks like? It looks like one of those gummy candies. It doesn't look like salmon. That looks funny. All right. So, could I work on this? I could do the radishes in the middle, or I was thinking about going on to the green onions in the dry spicy scallops. I could do that. I kind of like the idea of painting some green onions, so let's do that. I have to grab some green. Where is it? Here it is. So one of my favorite greens to work with, sap green. You're funny, Eva Leia. You're funny. Yeah. Talk about spicy. What's spicy? The scallop rolls. The spicy scallop rolls. And then gonna add in some white. And then to this mix as well, I still have some yellow left on my palette, which I'll be adding. Yep. So I'm gonna scooch this aside, bring this back over, and right here, I'm gonna mix the green, so grab a little bit of white and green and some yellow. So that looks like a good medium green. And I have some space here. I could make some dark green. Yes, I use the walls of my palette because I run out of space. I use so many colors that I actually run out of space on my palette. And then I'm going to make a lighter green here. And for my light green, I'm just going to go in and add a teeny bit more yellow. And I think this is too light. This is almost looking like key lime yellow. Too light. Gonna add some more green. I know, I'll spend forever trying to figure out what's the right colors and what can I mix. Okie dokie. There we go. Now putting this aside. Bringing this back. All right, so now I'm going to take my thin brush. I have a really thin brush. Where is it? Super thin. And I am going to make it wet with the turpentine. And just gonna freehand the little scallions. So I have to be mindful that these ones are wet and I can't touch them. And the scallions, they're kind of just like round. So I'm like making these arches essentially. And I know I'm going in with the medium green right now and it kind of looks flat, but later I will go back in and add in the darker green and the highlights. I can be a little loose with this a little bit. Doesn't have to be totally precise. There we go. See, it's, even though it looks flat right now, it's actually adding, I think it's doing a really nice job of breaking up this orange and just looking super fresh. And when I go around do these scallions, I'll also go around and work on the seaweed too, the little peekaboos of seaweed that we see. There we go. All right, so now that I have kind of like, it's almost like a sketch in a way, I'm gonna go in with my darker green that I mixed. And I'm gonna add in all the shadows. And blend that right in as I add it in. And being mindful of what sides are showing light and dark, keeping in mind where is my light source coming from, because I still want to give that like illusion of depth in my painting, even if there's small little details. it only makes sense if all the shadows are coming from one area, or from one common area. Sometimes light comes from multiple areas. But in this case, most of the light is coming from this way, hitting here. Trying to keep that in mind as I paint. I'm always thinking of that every time I paint. Where is my light source coming from? Do my shadows make sense? There we go. And some areas are looking a little too dark, but I think it will make up for it when I add in the highlights. There we are. Okay. And now for like the light green. And I'm just gonna add little touches here and there. Because I do want that sushi glistening. Thank you, Win. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's a really nice green color too to stand out against the orange. Yeah, sap green is one of my favorite greens to do any kind of like leaves, trees, plants. Anytime you need plants and you want them looking more natural and not so like plastic, sap green is really the way to go. All right, there we are. Got some delicious looking scallions. I think it's fun. Okay, since I'm on this roll actually right now, and I can add some glistening colors, I do have little bits of yellow that I could add. Why not? I'm already on it. There we go. So I'm adding just little touches of highlights. See? Now it really looks like it's glistening. Very much that anime food quality, which I was like totally going for. There we go. Ah. So excited. All right. So since I'm kind of in the same colors and that kind of stuff, I know I need to still add highlights to this, but let's move over to this one because this one and this one are similar-ish techniques. And also I have all the colors. For this one, I don't have necessarily all the colors for it. So, thank you, Win. Thank you. Yeah, and since I only have I have just some time left. I'm still doing good on time. There you go. And I'm basically just doing the same thing. I'm just sketching out like the shapes and the forms of these little green onions. And then I'll go back and add in shadows. And this is really cool, like you can do this so easily with oils. Acrylics, it's gonna be slightly different. It's gonna be like once you put down your line, then you'd go in with the shading. So I'd have to do each individually, which no big deal. It's just here's the different techniques, oil versus acrylic. Okay, that's okay. That's okay, Win. You know me. I don't get offended by language. I will look at the meme. I'm very, very curious as what you made. Alright, and there we go. Almost done. Almost done with all these medium colors. And then I'll go in with the shadows. There we go. And I'm also doing the same thing that I did for the other roll, where I'm keeping in mind where is the light source coming from and where are their shadows, all the same. Also, too, doing with this, it takes some time to kind of learn, and I'm even still learning what's the right ratio of turpentine and paint, because I'll use the turpentine to kind of water down my paint so that it goes on smoother, but if it gets too watery, it kind of runs and doesn't, the color's not as powerful or as strong. But then if I don't add enough, it kind of just thickens and clumps and harder to control. So I'm still even learning that. I think it just takes practice, and it's one of those things you get good at by just doing a lot and giving a lot of time. There we are. All right, and then I'll wash my brush and move on to the highlights. There we go. Sorry that I kind of fell quiet for a minute. I was extra concentrating. Really concentrating on what I'm doing. Okay, and then now what I'm gonna do, oh, my hairpin. I'm gonna go in with the really light yellow, like the light yellow orange. And I'm just gonna add in little glistening, make it glistening. There we go. Yep, true win. Yep, I am currently in focus mode. There we go. And look, it's nice and it's glistening. It has the nice little fresh green onions on there. Ah. Oh, I did want to add in, I did want to darken the seaweed that you see here. It looks like this weird green thing right now. Alrighty, there we are. So exactly, evil AF focus mode. Sorry about that. Well, you know I get into that way. I have a little bit of time left. I think I have enough time to do the same thing to this one right here, and then we'll call it a stream. So I'll finish up that roll. Actually, I can position it like this, and it'll all be good. So dipping my brush a little bit in the turpentine, and then going back for my medium green. And it's all the same. Yep, and pretty much the same thing. Yeah, I'm pretty happy how this little plate is turning out. Looking good. And it's going pretty quickly too. I think it'll be a nice addition to add for my next show. And some of these are just like, I kind of like just do tap, tap, tap. Like tapping. It's like little, like, pieces of the green onions rather than the full thing. Oh. They're tattoos. It's a real tattoo. I have two. I have they're both dragons, and I have the east and I have the west. So yeah, no, they're like my little dragons. Oh, my only two tattoos for right now. Um Eventually I want more tattoos. But right now it's just the little baby dragons. I know they kind of do look like they're just like drawn on or something. I know. They're a part of me. It's actually fun. The story behind these tattoos. For one of my birthdays, I my friend did tattoos on everyone, and we had like a tattoo party. And oh my gosh, that was so much fun. Yeah, that's something I actually highly recommend. If you're someone who likes tattoos and you have friends that like tattoos, to do a tattoo party for like birthday or any kind of celebration, and you all get like little miniature, kind of more like flash kind of style tattoos. I recommend it as a party thing. It's fun. I know it won't be everyone's cup of tea, but if it's yours and you know your friends would, it's fun. Thank you. Thank you, Evo Leia. I actually drew these too. I was pretty specific. My friend drew like a little flash card kind of thing for everyone to pick from, and but I was like, I'm kind of specific on what I want. She's like, sure, just as long as it's like kind of the same size, same amount of detail. And I'm like, cool. I looked up some dragons for inspiration, and I kind of had already a vision in my head of what I wanted. And yeah, just went for it. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy that I did two tattoos for my very first tattoo. And I'm like, they're both small. Like, that's a very me thing, guys. Why is anyone shocked? Of course, I like, oh, I've never done this before. Well, I'm just jumping right in. Then I'll freak out later. Yeah, yeah. Like, so I have the Eastern dragon, and then I have like Western, so it's like more European and then more Asian. I got both because I like both, but also I feel like both sides really like inspire my art. So, yeah. But if you were to get a tattoo, what tattoo would you get? I'm curious. I'm gonna take a wild guess and guess that it's Dragon Prince related. I don't know. I could be wrong. You're probably laughing at me right now. Like, oh, good guess. Yeah. And then I'm gonna add the highlights right here. There we go. Look at that. Ooh, all pretty. And then I will, it's almost time too. I'm gonna add in the glistens, the little glistening parts, which actually I need to mix. It's kind of, it's like the burnt sienna mixed with white. No big deal. And once I add in those little like glistening reflections, that'll be it for today. Yeah, good little stream. Good to be back. And you know what? Because I do like the sparkle of the yellow, and I think that is kind of missing it right here, I am going to add in some yellow just to kind of make it sparkle a little bit more. There we go. Actually, I just noticed something. I swear, this is how I work. I'm like, I'm done. And then I'm like, wait, no, I'm not done. Okay, I'm done. No, I'm not. Back and forth, back and forth. I'm like, that's why I like always wait like about a day until I actually call a painting done, because I'll let it just sit there in a place. I'll watch it and see it. And I always notice something. Always. Always the case. Ooh, something wild card related. That would be a cool tattoo win. Yeah. No, I see where you're coming from, Evo Leia. I totally do. It's not for everyone, and you're right. It's permanent. It's there forever. So you got to be careful of what you put on your body because it's not going anywhere. So yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I just knew I was always gonna love dragons, and I have the memory of them, and it's like they're my little babies, but they're also my little protectors. So, but yeah, no, totally fair on your opinion. Yeah, and that is true, and you have to be like super clear on what you're gonna get. So, you know, sometimes even those spontaneous silly tattoos, just the memory of them are funny. But anyways, enough about tattoos. Here is the gorgeous sushi plate. I think I made really good progress on it so far. Really happy where it is going. Um, I will see you all on Friday at the normal time. Hopefully, no glitches. That would be nice. Um, hopefully. I don't like dealing with glitches. No, it stresses me out. Aw, thank you, Win. Thank you. And thank you to everyone for being here. All right, I'll see you all on Friday the same time. And probably be continuing working on this one. Alrighty. See y'all next time. Bye!